If you know me well, you know I'm a big fan of juicing vegetables. I personally believe it is a huge next step that takes your health to a completely different level. I say huge because it is a huge pain in the butt unless you're paying someone to do it for you. Over the years, I've come up with a solid method and recipe for how I juice, and I'm gonna share it with ya because I love ya. Okay, first let's talk juicers. You want a masticating juicer, which is a juicer that doesn't have a blade. The juicers with a blade are called centrifugal juicers. They're cheap, which is nice, but the heat from the blade destroys the nutrition in the juice, and you have to make the juice and drink it right away, which is no fun. The masticating juicer makes cold pressed juice, which you can drink up to 48, 72 hours max later. Now, unless you want to clean your juicer every day, which is the equivalent of a daily trip to the dentist, you have to make the investment and get a masticating juicer. Okay, now let's talk recipe. You want your juice to be mostly vegetables, using fruit only to enhance the taste so that we keep it low sugar. My ratio is at least 3 veggies to 1 fruit, and sometimes even less if you can get acquired to the taste. There's a ton of fun recipes and flavors to mix, but honestly, I'm doing this for medicinal purposes, so I just make what I call my green juice. Although I'm rotating the veggies, I don't try to make it taste anything other than green. You have your roots. I use ginger and turmeric because they're massively anti-inflammatory. You have your leafy greens. These don't yield a ton of juice, but they have a ton of nutrition. You can use anything. I always use bok choy, collard greens, spinach, Swiss chard, kale, herbs like parsley, which is a natural diuretic, so it pulls excess water from the body. I love to use mint. Then you have your water-producing veggies. You always have to use these as the base because they yield a ton of juice. I put celery and cucumbers in all the time. Then for fruit, I'll do apples, pears. I throw a few lemons in there. I don't even really count the lemons as fruit because they're so sour. Okay, we're ready to juice. When you juice, I want you to alternate the watery veggies and the fruits with the leafy greens so that they don't get stuck. Also, save your celery for last because it will totally clog up your machine. You don't need to do this extra process, but I don't like all the fiber that gets into the juice. Fiber's great for you, but I get it other ways, and I like my juice to be the consistency of water. So I put the juice through a strainer. Small extra step. It catches the rest of the fiber. Okay, we're almost there. When you can a juice, you have to make sure it doesn't have any oxygen in the container. So I fill it up to the top with juice, and then I add a little bit of MCT oil to the top, which not only seals in the nutrition so the juice can't oxidize when it hits the air, but it keeps my blood sugar stable so that when I drink it, I don't have a spike. Okay, voila. I do this once or twice a week, and I have juice almost every day. It makes me feel amazing. It gives me more energy than a cup of coffee. All right, now who wants to clean this thing?